Now to another lawsuit. A local black doctor is now suing the Chase Bank at First Colony branch in Sugarland after she says she was discriminated against and denied service, all because of the color of her skin. Dr. Malika Mitchell Stewart says she had just finished her residency, and on December 18th, she went to Chase's First Colony Bank here to open an account and deposit a $16,000 signing bonus check from her new job at Valley Oaks Medical Group. Well, according to the lawsuit, staff members here at the bank asked peculiar questions about the validity of Dr. Mitchell Stewart's check and her employment as a doctor. The suit also states, quote, as soon as Dr. Mitchell Stewart showed employees at First Colony branch her check, they immediately treated her like a criminal. Now, Dr. Stewart says bank employees denied her services, saying the check was fraudulent.
It was a really unfortunate situation. They took my special moment away. I felt like a criminal. I've never done anything wrong. In order to get a Texas medical license or a medical license at all, you have to have a clean record. You have to go to school for so many years, and they just didn't care. They didn't respect that. They didn't respect my credentials. They didn't respect anything, and I shouldn't have even been asked so many questions about my age, about what I did for a living to open a bank account with Chase.
Dr. Mitchell Stewart showed proof of identification. She showed proof that she was a doctor by presenting a business card. She even called employees from her medical group to confirm who she was.
Now, I reached out to Chase Bank officials, and this afternoon a spokesperson for the bank sent me this statement here telling me, quote, we take this matter very seriously and are investigating the situation. We have reached out to Dr. Mitchell Stewart to better understand what happened and apologize for her experience.
Hello, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I do upload a new episode. So I wanted to talk about this story, which actually comes from The Independent, and it is surrounding a lawsuit that is being filed against JP Morgan Chase Bank because a doctor who was an African-American woman claims she was being discriminated against and denied service because of the color of her skin. Now, the doctor's name is Dr. Malika Mitchell Stewart, and she said that she's suing the bank after she felt like she was treated like a criminal, quote unquote, by the staff. So the story reads that a doctor in Houston, Texas is suing JP Morgan Chase Bank after claiming that she was discriminated against and denied service because of her skin color. Dr. Malika Mitchell Stewart told KTRK that she had recently finished her residency and that she was trying to open an account and deposit a $16,000 check she had received as a signing bonus from her new job at Valley Oaks Medical Group. But in the lawsuit, she claims that the staff at Chase's First Colony Bank asked odd questions about the authenticity of the check and about her work as a medical professional. As soon as Dr. Mitchell Stewart showed employees at First Colony branch her check, they immediately treated her like a criminal, the legal filing states. Dr. Mitchell Stewart said the bank staff rejected her and that they claimed that the check was fraudulent. It was an unfortunate situation. They took my special moment away. I felt like a criminal. I've never done anything wrong, Dr. Mitchell Stewart said. In order to get Texas medical license or a medical license at all, you have to have a clean record. You have to go to school for so many years, and they just didn't care. They didn't respect that. They didn't respect my credentials. Dr. Mitchell Stewart showed proof of identification, and she showed proof that she was a doctor by presenting a business card. She even called employees from her medical group to confirm who she was, her lawyer, Justin Moore, told KTRK. We take this matter very seriously and are investigating the situation, Chase told the outlet. We have reached out to Dr. Mitchell Stewart to better understand what happened and apologize for her experience. Dr. Mitchell Stewart certainly did not expect that when she attempted to open a bank account with Chase and proudly deposit her first check as a new physician, she would be accused of fraud and denied the ability to open a bank account at one of the more prominent retail banks in the world, the complaint said. According to the lawsuit, when the first teller asked another branch employee for an opinion on the check, which represented a signing bonus in parentheses. The second employee declared it to be fraudulent without offering any justification. Personal ID, emails, and business cards were not enough to change the employees' minds, the suit says. Now, to me, it's definitely crazy that, one, this situation happened, because most banks, they welcome people to bring their money to their institutions and open up an account, because that's how banks make their money. They make their money off of you putting your money into their accounts, and they in turn take your money and they lend it out to others, and they make money off of your money, which is why if you deposit your money into a checking account or a savings account, your return on investment is pennies, if that, because isn't it crazy? The banks, they will take your money, they loan it and lend it out to others, and they loan it for whatever the rates are. Say if it's for a mortgage right now, the rates are, I think, around 3.5%. But in your account, if you have money sitting in your account, a savings account, you may get 0.0 something percent. And so they're not really giving you anything for your money, but they utilize your money to loan it out to others. So they really do want people to put their money into their accounts, and they also want to be able to limit you on how much you can take out, because they're using your money. They're using your money to lend out to others. That's why there are daily limits. Like if you thought that that was for no reason, no, there's a reason for it, but the reason doesn't benefit you, it benefits them. So that's why they have limits on how much you can transfer or withdraw from in person or at an ATM machine. Yeah, some things are for safety, just to make sure that there's no fraud going on your account by other people's hands, but it also is a benefit for them to not have you be able to take all of your money out one day and then maybe put a little bit back of it in the next day. Like, there are limits. And so you would have to literally close your account out if you wanted to take all of it out, because they're using your money. So it is rare when they will turn someone away, but they definitely will hold your funds. So even if you had this $16,000 bonus check, the fact that they just off of the rip said this is fraud, this is a fraudulent check, and not trying to explain to her so that it doesn't look like they are treating her any different than anyone else, they will indeed put a hold on your funds. And so they will say, because I've been there, I'm a business owner, I've dealt with and still do deal with large sums of money because of the business. And so there are limits and there are hold periods. So even sometimes if I have a cashier's check, like there was once I had a cashier's check, I won't say for how much the money was, but there definitely was 5 zeros. I had to have the check held, and they held it for a period of 48 hours. It was a cashier's check. It wasn't a personal check that someone wrote. It was a cashier's check from one financial institution to another, so the funds are good. But they just put a hold on the account for 48 hours. They said, well, you know, ma'am, the funds will be held for 48 hours. After 48 hours at midnight, then the funds will be available in the account. So, yeah. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. So it's definitely something that is not uncommon for them to hold your funds. But for someone to just outright say the check is fraudulent, it sounds to me that she has a pretty good case. I don't think this will be going to court. This will probably be settling out of court, and probably pretty quickly as well, because what defense would they really have? What real defense would they really have for just saying that the check is fraudulent versus them just saying, okay, we can go ahead and open up this account for you, but the funds will not be available for 7 to 10 business days or something like that. And then if the check in turn does turn out to be fraudulent, then the funds just would not be available to her. And if they felt like there was some type of fraud or criminal intent on her end, they have her information and then they can just file charges. So the fact that Chase Bank came out and actually apologized to her, they said they reached out to her And they said they take the matter very seriously and they are investigating the situation. And they said they've reached out and they also apologized for her experience, versus saying, like, the typical response when someone files suit, they would usually have a blanketed statement, something along the lines of, you know, this is a court matter, this is a civil matter, we haven't had a chance to have this matter reviewed yet, we're not making any comment at this time, you know, something along those lines of saying, well, this is a fresh and new matter, we can't comment at this time, versus saying, we apologize. This is actually for her benefit that they came out and had a statement saying that they apologized for her experience and they reached out to her to better understand what happened. It sounds like she'll get some relief for her embarrassment. You know, there definitely was no damages involved, so it wouldn't be a situation like that. But, you know, she'll probably just get something for her inconvenience and for the humiliation and those different types of things. And definitely because this attorney that took the case on and went ahead and filed suit, he definitely wants to get his money as well. Because let's just face it, the attorneys always win, right? So I would really love to know what you guys think about this story in the comment section. I believe that it's definitely an embarrassing situation, maybe humiliating, and, you know, and a bit of an ego punch, because she is a legitimate practitioner. She is a medical doctor. She's not a criminal. She doesn't have a criminal history, but there weren't really any damages involved. So I don't know how much money she's trying to get from the situation, but we'll just keep an eye on the situation and see what comes up of this matter. But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section.
Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.